KO episode 62 in the house, and we've got a guy who doesn't check his shoulder. He needs to do it more often, maybe 62 times. Why so many people never check their shoulder or the mirrors is absolutely beyond me. Oh, that really hurt to look at. Presumably the driver was distracted and the tires had to suffer for it. Such are the people who are then all baffled why their tires go flying on the freeway. And once that happens, they might need an emergency corridor where such insanity can happen. The clip donator told us that the woman driving the car was on her phone and was so distracted that she just kept going through the corridor. I think in the future I will need to introduce some kind of obliviousness counter. This behavior is just absolutely unreal. The following is not even a case of obliviousness, but being ignorant on a level that is out of this world.
Gesichert. Wenn es natürlich die Preise geht, dann ist das eine ganz andere Frage. Das ist ein ganz anderes Thema. In den haben wir die Rohstoffpreise.
Zum Reiswerder Strand. Dort setzt der Holländer mit der Fähre auf die kleine Insel Reiswerder über, wo sein eigentliches Ziel lag.
Most of us have been waiting at a closed rail crossing so far, and you know what to expect, right?
Hallo? Da fahren Waggons alleine.
I don't think you would be expecting single rail cars rolling by without anybody controlling them, would you? Granted, railway operators like to work with slight inclines and push their cars around in this fashion. But this normally doesn't happen over a public railroad crossing, because this is a way of sorting the cars and can take quite a while. Also not good to have rail cars just rolling across roads without any brakes when there could always be those special people jumping the barriers at all costs. Single rail cars crossing the road are already odd enough, but there are sometimes even crazier things to see. It was just an optical illusion. The road turns to the side before this runway. If there was ever a WTF moment, it's this one here. This guy here visualizes it perfectly. You know what German driving instructors like to say? If you ever happen to cut somebody off by mistake,
Aufmachen.
At least get your goddamn foot on the gas. Bicycle clips often give me a proper moment of because you know I am a passionate cyclist too, and I am always making sure to watch for fricking traffic when moving around. Recently I even attached a mirror to my two bikes for the first time ever. They aren't very attractive, but screw it how the bike looks. It's supposed to be a safe vehicle. And I can confidently say I am never doing anything similarly stupid to this guy here. And hopefully you are never doing such as well. The following scene is certainly not as stupid, but still unexpected. Some of you may wonder what the hell was happening here anyway. Our guy had a red light. This is a bike lane. We can't see it properly, but this is a light for pedestrians and cyclists, and it's green. Our man has a red light. But this sign of a green arrow allows you to turn right on a red light. Unlike the United States, for example, you must not go any direction at a red light without this sign. Before turning, you have to come to a stop though. The camera driver did stop, but just didn't expect a quick cyclist coming by. Nobody was really acting stupidly here, it just shows you need to be cautious at any time. Yasha and his velomobile. He has chosen a rather dangerous life going on such highways with such a ride. Now back to the city, and here others like to live dangerously. Pedestrians here even have a double red, apparently only because the officials had a few spare lights laying around and not for safety purposes, obviously. The common situation happening to everybody, passing a car and forgetting about passing a car right now. Or how else can you explain this incompetent driving? But incompetence behind the wheel of a small car is one thing. It gets a whole different quality when you're driving a freaking bus with 50 people in it. On this freeway, speed limit of 60 kph due to an upcoming traffic jam. Everybody's still going faster, and apparently this bus driver wants to be the fastest. Also severely ignoring safety distances. Bus drivers are usually the most professional ones, but this one is nothing but the biggest dipshit of the day. But going fast and doing stupid things, there certainly isn't a shortage of such stuff at any point. Cities and lights? Huh, this is not our first encounter of those things today.
Seid ihr bescheuert? Hammerhart! Hammerhart! Alter, ich hab die fast über den Haufen gefahren.
Patience is a completely foreign concept to drivers, always in desperate need of passing cyclists and being completely unable to stay behind them for just 3 seconds until he can take a look into the corner and pass with some proper distance. Dashcams often show some evening situation a lot brighter than it was in person.
Das ist echt optimal für hier. Oh, ohne Licht! Ohne Licht! Boah, alter Schwede. Alter, ich hab den nie gesehen. Ich dachte erst, da steht ein Bagger auf der Straße oder sowas.
Not seeing things seems to be a normal concept for this camera driver, now passing right within the blind corner. People like to be driving under the influence of probability, which is stupid as fuck. When 100 times there's no oncoming traffic in a corner, people just assume there won't be somebody approaching again. Until he does. Oh look, we've got just another WTF situation.
Was? Hallo, jetzt sind 70, hallo!
Seeing the car coming, still stepping on the road, and then complaining about a car coming. That's German humor for you folks. Let's enjoy a good scene for a change. The light is red and some delivery van standing on the other lane. So the camera driver leaves some open space in which oncoming traffic can easily pass. Otherwise, some chaos on the road would have resulted. That's a rare sight of using your brain in traffic. We've got markings here which tell you to finish an existing passing, but why wouldn't you start another passing at this point? Keep out area, oncoming cars, who gives a shit? But the master of pointlessness comes now. Such ignorant driving pisses me off. The cyclist wouldn't even have needed to stop at this point, but this stupid motherfucker needed to forcefully squeeze in front of him, ignoring distance and cutting him off. I would have punched the car, and if the driver got out, it would have been party time. Am I being classist? I don't think so. Drivers are not only ignorant towards cyclists, but towards other drivers too. We are getting a green light, so everybody's moving. But don't you feel too safe. Good example for you why safety distance is important at any moment. A little closer and we would have seen a proper fender bender. We get to see quite some different animals on the show here. Last video it was reindeer, this time we get to see goats. Usually you don't get to see them in such a dynamic form. Yeah, anyway, that's enough crowd observations for today. And since I can read minds and I know that you do want to watch another episode, click one of the 2 suggestions on the screen. I am getting ready for a bike ride in the blazing sun now.